Alrighty, so now that we have the chicken freshly plucked and de-skinned most of the way, here's what we're going to do. So we have to be able to remove the guts on the inside because salmonella actually isn't in the blood of the chicken, it's in the intestines of the chicken. So in order to prevent this chicken from being decontaminated, it's a special process. So first of all, I'm just going to spread the legs like this. And what that's going to do is it's going to tear the fascia, which is what holds the muscles onto the skin. And then I'm just going to lightly slice it away here. Sharpen my knife real quick. This way?
Whatever way it catches.
Okay.
Just make sure you don't catch your fingers.
Thank you. Okay. Just going to lightly cut away here at the fascia.
What?
And over here.
Why?
Hey guys, we're filming. Please go. And right here. Then, so come show them this part here underneath the breastbone here. I'm just going to poke a hole in there. Careful not to puncture any of the organs. And I'm going to slice up a little bit and you can get some flies here. And I'm going to cut down here.
You missed it.
And again, go! Why do you guys want to be here while I'm filming? So now I'm going to slowly cut all the way down. And you can see a good view of the intestines in there. And all the organs. And there's the anus right there. So I want to go right above the anus. And I want to slowly go underneath the anus. So right there is the anus where the poo is coming out. But I want to try to prevent that poo from coming out. So I'm going to slice it here. And go all the way up just to make it look nice and clean. Then I'm going to slice it here just to give myself a little bit more of an opening. Cutting away at the fascia around here. And then I'm going to go underneath the anus and just cut around a little circle like this. Careful not to puncture anything. And of course it's always important to clean your chickens after you're done cutting them up. I'm just going to give myself some more wiggle room here. Okay, so here is the anus. I'm holding it right here in my hand and I'm cutting away the fascia around it. And that meat there. We won't be eating any of this part of the bird. So I'm just cutting it around ever so carefully. There. Now, as you can see, the whole anus and the intestines are out. So then, I'm going to cut here, again just to give myself some more opening into the cavity of the body. And you can see how everything is just lightly kind of sitting in there. So then I'm going to take here, and I'm just going to cut away at that little film that's kind of holding everything into place. And I'm going to do the same here on the other side. And also just a finger sweep does it just fine too. Just a finger sweep. Your hands are strong enough just to break that connective tissue. So a little bit of a finger sweep here. Careful not to puncture anything. It's pretty tough, so you won't puncture the actual organs very easily. So, and then it's going to be warm inside this chicken because it's freshly killed. And I'm just going to kind of claw at it like this in sweeping motions, just to disconnect all that fascia. And you can feel all the stuff that's in there. And it just comes right apart. So this here would be the liver. And I'm saving the liver for my friend. So I'm just going to separate the liver here. That there is the stomach. We generally don't want to mess with anything that's in there. Probably some feed or something from last night. This green thing here is a universal color. It's the spleen. The spleen is green, even in humans. The spleen is green. This chicken's got a big heart, literally. So that there is the heart, the spleen, and the liver of the chicken. And it looks like chickens have 2 livers. I think I read that somewhere. Probably for better digestion or something. And this here is the, I want to say that's the gallbladder. Anyways, I don't know what that is, but it's an organ. So at this point, now that everything is just about disconnected from the body, we can just pull it right on out. Sometimes you have to do a little bit of a cut, because there's the top of the throat. Ta-da! The guts in one sweep motion. Put those in there because we don't need them anymore. So now at this point, we can start to cut the chicken up as we see fit. So what I like to do is I like to get the wings off first. And in order to do that, you just pop the joints right here, where everything connects. And it just very easily gives away. Just ever so easily. It's not hard at all. And then you just go on the back side of the wing. You just feel for those joints. Just like that. The joints pop right out of place. And then it's very easy to just cut it right off. And then you twist it like that. And it looks just like something you would eat. And then it's all normal. And I'm going to go over here to the other one. I'm going to get off some of this extra skin here. So this is around the neck. We don't want that neck. I mean, you could eat the neck if you wanted to, but we don't want the neck. I've never been big fond of chicken necks myself. And I'm just going to go up the trachea here, around the throat, just removing all that extra epidermis tissue from it. And then these things kind of have like a little road map, really. I mean, you can just see where all the fascia just kind of lies. And you can just if your knife is sharp enough, it just slices right through it. You know, same thing on this side here. Just feel for where it is, slice it right on up. And it's very simple. It just connects right from the chicken. Again, pop and break the back. Separate the meat down below. And I just like to cut it off right here. And if you get it right between the vertebrae, it comes right apart, just like that. Because between all of our vertebrae, humans and animals, we have cartilage. And cartilage is a soft tissue, so it doesn't require much at all. I'm just going to finish deskinning just little portions here, just to make it look more like what you would normally see in a supermarket. Thank God I was raised butchering chickens. Well, not really butchering them, more like they came whole from the store, and I used to help my mom cut them up. That, and I studied anatomy and physiology of a human for a couple of years, which really helps to identify the parts of a chicken, because, you know, we're all mammals. So, well, chickens aren't a mammal, but you know what I'm saying. They still have the same required parts for reproductiveness, for breathing, everything. And again, just going to pop it, and you'll feel the pop. And that's when you know you've got it right in the joint. Then come behind it, and you just cut right into that tissue. And just keep pulling back if you can't see it all the way. And that's going to be a good meat. It's going to be a good one. And then right here, right there is their joint. What you want to do is go right into their joint and break it off. Sometimes the skin's a little tough in this area. See? Looks just like what you'd see, minus that little bone, but whatever. Okay, this one here, right there on the joint. I'll get better as I do this more often. And then cut in between. I'm just going to remove some of this skin here. I don't want that being on our food. And those of you who are watching this, if you're coming over to my barbecue, you might want to hold off on watching the video. I'm just going to leave that there for right now. So these are also very simple. Just like a leg, just like a hip. Pop it out of its hip socket, just like, you know, with a human. Not that we would butcher humans or anything. And you see, right there's their femur. It's sticking right out. So what you want to do is you just want to cut right into the meat of their thigh. And it's very simple. It slices ever so easily. Right like that. That there's going to be a good piece of chicken. Sometimes I like to chop off the little pieces of fat just because it makes it yummy that way. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to dislocate the hip just like that. The hip pops out, but there. And then I'm just going to slice away at this fascia here just to make it that much simpler. And then I'm going to cut up in between the hip and the rest of the body of the bird. Bada, delicioso. And then for the back, you'll see where there's a big hole right here. So you can either start at the hole, which might be easier for guiding, and just slice it right in half. Okay, just like that. Look at those breasts. Are those nice? Honey, angle the camera up. No, just kidding. I was referring to these breasts, not my own. Okay, so, and you find that hole there again. Slice it right like that. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good bird. Look at those blood clots. Yum. Anyways, you want to see something really cool? Right here is the lungs. And I already took out its heart. But you can see where, this is a really good fun thing. This here is called the aorta. And you can see the pulmonary aorta where it flows into the lungs. And then right here where the blood will flow to the rest of the body. Yeah, look at that. You can see that. Came right out of its heart. Yeah, but anyways, we don't need that. That part there is not fun to eat. Some people enjoy eating the backs of a chicken. I had to crack the back. Nobody really cares too much for that part. That would be the bum. Anyways, so again, you have to cut through some bone here in this one. But nothing a good knife can't handle. We'll put that a piece away. We may or may not actually have that piece. So right here I want to crack the sternum. There we go. And then right here I'm going to go right. I'm going to take off this little bit of tissue here. Fascia. I'm sure it'll just come right off in a barbecuer, but it makes it less slippery. I can just cut it off now. A little bit of connective tissue. No biggie. And I want to cut right down this, the breast into the sternum. Just filleting it open like this, right in the center, because there's a bone there. And I can get right in the center of the bone. You see that? See how it just fillets like that? Yeah. So I'm just going to keep cutting it like that. Might take a little bit more effort here because that's where the rib cage is. See? And the meat just comes. It just separates right off. It's very easy to do. And you just cut the connective tissue just to separate it from that bone. See what I'm doing here? I mean, with more practice, I'm sure I'll get better, but, you know, this is pretty good. See? And I'm slowly just separating it from the rib cage. Remove all this little extra stuff. Move that. There's a little bit of the wishbone here, so I'm just going to cut that out. You don't really need that in there.
Hey.
Toss that. Make it look pretty. Take out all those unnecessary parts. You got yourself a beautiful chicken breast. Look at that chicken breast. That is just gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it in half because when we have our barbecue, we can barbecue these. So there's that one. We are almost done. Now this other one is a little bit more difficult because I don't have that same line to follow. But again, just use your finger. A blind person might be able to do this. Just use your finger. Slide your finger in between the connective tissue and the bone. And it just comes right off. It just separates. So it's very easy. You shouldn't have to do too much cutting. Just keep sliding your finger into place. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm just feeling around. Just feeling around and see, like I'm letting my finger slide between that bone. Come get a good view of this. See how it's sliding? And then I'm going to cut a little bit of this connective tissue. Look at that. And it just slices right open. I'm going to cut some more. Cut some more. Cut some more. Cut some more. And I'm just separating the breast from the rib cage, preserving as much meat as possible because we want to eat this. Yeah. Okay, I'll just get that out of the way. Okay, here's the other portion of the breast. Cut all that because that's where that wishbone is. And this here's a little bit of a tendon for the. You can eat tendons, they're fine. There's a little bit more chewier, no big deal. And that there is a beautiful, beautiful chicken breast, my friend. And again, I'm just going to cut it in half. Stay out of the chicken coop!
They're trying to get him in.
Oh, okay. And then this here,
Hold the door open all the way, please.
some people eat the backs, others don't. I don't know. It just depends if you want to eat it. So I'll just separate this area because this is just mostly bone anyhow. I'll toss that, and I'll save the back because I know there's a lot of meat on there and some people like that.
Cool.
And that is the end of my video. Thanks for watching.